All right, well, the Uber driver didn't want to come up this last bit. I can't say I blame him. That's my volcano. It is engulfed in cloud. I just don't know what's going to happen today. It's rainy season, but I just said, screw it, I'm going for it. Let's see what happens. If it's engulfed in cloud, it's engulfed in cloud. I'm in Guatemala, and this is what's called the chicken bus. And I'm not surprised to find them parked every so often, because when you ride one, it's very clear that they are decorated by one person. So this guy isn't working, then his chicken bus is just hanging out. They are school buses donated by other countries, and then they painted them up. That about sums up Guatemala. You can't read it, it's Val del Palal. Who knows? Yeah, gets it to Nango. All right, now that I'm kind of away from the locals, well, sort of away, get my mask off because I'm not in that cab anymore, or that Uber. Took an Uber to the trailhead. It's on Maps.me. Cost me 25 quetzales from city center of Quetzaltenango, otherwise known as Xela. And here we go. Like right now, it's, like I said, it's got cloud all around it. I'm hoping that'll break up in the at least a couple hours it'll take me to go up this thing. And we'll see what happens. So there's two trails on this thing. One goes straight up Santa Maria, and you get a great shot, well, both of them you do, of the live volcano. The other one is just to a viewpoint to the live volcano. Both of them are on all trails. Maps.me only has the one that goes straight up the wall, like right to the top of this Santa Maria. So I've downloaded the viewpoint one, in case I do that. The viewpoint one's easier, shows us 1,600 feet of elevation. Yeah. We'll see, make a decision when I get up there as to what I do. This area of Guatemala is interesting, right? There's lots of different crops because they grow food for themselves, but also to sell at the market. So here we have some corn, different crop here, different crop, right? Basically it looks like someone's huge garden. The Mayans. It's interesting. Lots of different vegetation. I'm not sure what this orange stuff, if it's part of the tree or if it's some kind of leech parasite out of the tree, but it's kind of cool. Pretty cool trees. They clearly took the tops off at some point, and it was like, that's fine, I'll just grow other stuff out of here. Keep on living. Screw you. Oh, you get lots of rain, there's no winter. It's crazy the kind of things you see as far as, yeah, I'm convinced that Canada has the smallest trees in the world at this point. Well, there's random dogs. There was some cattle back there. Random Mayans. Hey, buddy. I'm not gonna bother a dog that's not wagging his tail or anything. Interesting area. And you can see the elevation gain so far is steady, but not bad at all. And I mean, it rained hard last night. It's wet, but not muddy at all. So that's what the middle of May hopefully will look like for you as well. time is always against you, right? Especially in the rainy season. I could have got going at like 6. I had another hike planned, but then the person I was hiking with, it was raining, so they got nervous and quit on me, so I decided to go back to bed. And that's why I started hiking at 9:15 and not like 7. The weather forecasts in Guatemala, they're useless, right? All they say is that it's a thunderstorm every day. They have really 2 forecasts. It's sunny or thunderstorm. When I woke up this morning, the afternoon is calling for a thunderstorm, so I have to kind of treat it that way. If I was right here in the trees and there was thunder and lightning, big deal, right? I'm not in an open area. I'm not up high. I would be getting soaked, but you still gotta stop and take breaks, right? According to all trails, I've already gone up like 600 feet, so that's not bad at all. Get some water, find a spot in the shade, and don't just burn myself out right away, right? Always take breaks. Okay, just stopping, taking my break. That Mayan starts talking to me. He didn't have a super friendly tone of voice. Yeah, taking a bit of a chance out here by myself, right? I mean, you could have whipped out his machete and said, give me all your shit. Yeah, I just kind of played a little stupid. Wasn't sure if he was trying to get a little payment out of me or what, but I didn't totally understand him, but my Spanish is still not super great. But he basically gave up trying to talk to me and left. So, but he was talking about how there's people from all different countries on here and stuff, and I think he was coming around to give me some money or whatever. But I just played stupid. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna keep moving. That's one thing, I was sitting there resting, so in order for me to just get up and leave, if you're just walking, you just keep on going and say, oh, buen dia, see ya. Anyway, and here's a truck. Not even sure where that came from. And these little Toyota trucks, I don't know why, but there's so many of them. It's as if Toyota showed up here in the 70s and gave away 1 million trucks. It's just strange. Okay. It is showing right here, you break off and go up the volcano, which is actually like 12,300 feet or something. Volcano Santa Maria, that's a lot. And here you have a little arrow, and there's not even really a good trail here to follow anyway, so yeah. Definitely going in to see the viewpoint, and I don't know, the volcano, if there's a great shot from the viewpoint, then I don't see a lot of point in climbing the dormant volcano. I have to say, one thing that concerns me about that Mayan is he knows I'm coming back the same way. So you could rustle up a couple of friends and wait for me down there. Oh, here we go. Here's the volcano path. All right, well, I'm gonna keep going straight for now. So that's a bit worrying, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Come up without a guide, you're taking a bit of a chance. Even more of a chance, you come up by yourself. And that's the risk of taking. Came from down there, did a good climb. This is something that's definitely not on all trails or maps me road. You can actually see it now. It's actually opening up a little bit for me, so at least the weather gods are smiling on me. Well, more Mayans talked to me. The guy standing on the left of the motorbike with the machete started talking to me, and I wasn't sure if he was friendly or not, but he was kind of Eventually I figured out that he was saying that I couldn't see the volcano from the Mirador because of the clouds. And you know, the guy on the bike was kind of smiling at me, so he was sort of, you know. But at first, I didn't know, right? I didn't know what the intention of the conversation was. So they all have machetes up here, right? They're working their crops or they're gathering firewood. So there's plenty of crime of opportunity that could happen. They already have a machete, it's just there. So yeah, it's interesting. It's been interesting. And then there's this. It's the first time I've actually seen him on the trail, but yeah. Oh, and there's a guy over there. Maybe I should just clear out of the way. All right, got around those guys and their cows. Now got a horse, another bike. The navigation aspect of this is easy. All right, it's on all trails. It's the human element. All these Mayans. As far as they're concerned, I'm on their turf. So, yeah. Well, I was hoping that guy was lying at me to try and dissuade me, but maybe he's not, because here's a big old cloud. You almost get the sense that I'm walking through gangland, Los Angeles, and I need to hire a blood or crypt to guide me through, otherwise I don't feel safe. Right? That's kind of what I'm getting. So I'm definitely starting to fall on the advice side of, you know, get a Mayan, hire a guide, you just get them through the tours. Oh, it's just difficult. You pay a guide, come out here, you see nothing, tough, right? I walk up here myself, at least, whatever, it's just me, and I paid a little bit of money for an Uber, done. So, yeah, during rainy season, it's a bit of a thing. You're taking a chance either way. You come up by yourself and don't pay much, or you get a guide and maybe you'll see nothing and you'll pay for a guide. Well, I went the wrong way. I was talking to this guy and his two kids, and I scampered up the wrong direction, and now I'm off the All Trails trail. At first I kept going, but it appears to be going up Volcan Santa Maria. I don't think I want to do that. I'm gonna go back down, figure out where I took a wrong turn, and follow the trail specifically to the viewpoint. All right, talked to that family again after I came back through them. This trail, he basically seemed to say it was going to work. So maybe some fields that are on the far side of the Volcan Santa Maria. I asked him if it was going up, and he said no, like up the volcano. So I was completely going the wrong way. Go back down here, got to reintercept the trail and go back. Whoops, this is what happens when you start talking to people and, you know, maybe you get a bit nervous, so you kind of scamper up the wrong way. Stop focusing for a second. That's all it takes. Okay, this is actually exactly where that guy with his two kids left his bike, so makes sense. So here's where I came from. You keep going straight, it just goes up. You think that's where I went, right? That's the way. I mean, you think you should keep climbing, you just go straight, and this looks like it's going down to someone's farmer's field or something. But nope, according to All Trails, this is it. All right, back on track. Well, it's just a little bit of cloud and it's a gorgeous day. As far as I'm concerned, like it's perfect weather. I still have my short sleeves and my shorts on. I brought my jeans and a jacket in case, but it's been and it's been perfect as far as weather. If I could just get the view I'm after, then everything will be coming up Millhouse. But so far so good. Probably saw the end of the last video. There's two ways. I walked up here a little bit because this has a bunch of trees across it, but right away it showed me going off the all trails, so trees or not, I think this is it. Gotta be careful, man. Have that all trails track if you're silly enough like me to come out here by yourself. Well, that's interesting. I went by that and just brushed it a little bit and it stung me. Maybe that is down there on purpose. You know, just kind of as a screw you to people who are trying to come to this Mirador. I don't know. They cut down something sharp and pointy. Oh, who knows? There's a tour group kind of looking at me. I am one unpopular dude out here, let me tell you. Jeez. That's the best way to make yourself a hated guy in Guatemala, is go do one of these hikes without hiring someone. And you get stuff like this. For all these people have kind of looked at me a little cheesed off, make sure you replace things like this, right? Don't need to add fuel to the fire. And ever understood the starting of little fires? Maybe it's not on purpose, maybe it's from like some lightning strikes. I first saw it in the Philippines, and I asked the guide, I asked him 3 times, and every time he gave me a different answer for the fires. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, God, I gotta get my backpack off for this, apparently. Oh, very graceful. Oh. All right. But yeah, you still see them every so often. There'll just be a fire up in the middle of nowhere. And you wonder what they're burning off or whatever, right? Okay, so that guy pretty much just extorted 10 quetzales out of me. He was saying, well, who'd you pay to come in here? This is private property. It's probably not his, but whatever. He's got a machete and he can just take everything off me. So he's like, oh, yo pago, which means, did you pay? And I said no. And I was like, well, how much? 10 quetzales. All right, fine. I have like 300 quetzales in my wallet, right? Because I wasn't sure how much I thought I might be paying in cash and stuff. Anyway, so whatever. I paid him 10. All right. He looked happier after that, and he was like, okay, you just go over there. Fine. 10 quetzales, I can deal with that. Well, something I was going to say earlier before that guy came along was the people I saw coming back on the tours, none of them looked happy. And it's pretty obvious why. They all struck out. None of them saw what they came to see, and they paid money to go on a tour, so they're extra unhappy. It was completely quiet. Like that one group of like 10, completely quiet. Not a word was being said. So yeah, I'm probably gonna strike out too. But we'll see. Finish the hike. Hang out there till I get impatient, and then yeah, get my butt out of here before some kind of thunderstorm comes in, right? All right. According to all trails, I have finished. This is basically what I expected to see. And it ain't moving. There's no wind. There's no wind at all. There's definitely a trail that keeps going, but to where, who knows, all right? All right, time for a break. Let me tell you, it is dead, dead, dead quiet. This is the most silence I have heard in Guatemala or Mexico. The only thing I can hear is the flies buzzing around. And I mean, there's firecrackers going off all the time. There's loud engines. There's music. There's all kinds of stuff in Guatemala, and I can't hear a damn thing. It is almost creepy. Well, I think this is officially a miss. I'm not going to hang out too much longer. Here's some volcanic activity from my Actango hikes and my Pacaya hikes.
Missed all the best part of it.
Dude!
Need someone.
So warm. I'm out here in rainy season. I mean, I was kind of lucky on those other two. Definitely at Acatenango, I was lucky. Pacaya, I got rained on hard, but I did see what I came to see. And this one, not so much. I don't like being on this mountain, actually. You know, I'm kind of nervous about heading back. It's a big crime of opportunity, you know, chance. Because everyone who saw me come up here, like the guy who got 10 quetzales out of me, or the guy who was talking to me, or whoever, they can just round up 2 or 3 of their friends with machetes, and they know I'm coming back the same way. And I don't like that. The longer I hang out here, the more I think about that. So, yeah, I'm gonna get off this this trail, go back, and get back to the relative safety of my hostel. Well, what can I say? I'm thoroughly on the side of having a guide now. You know, the specter of the locals, it just never goes away. I kept thinking, okay, I'll keep hiking and it'll become forest. It'll become forest. It'll become forest. It just never does. You just run into them the whole time. They eye you up, and now I'm kind of stressed heading back. I mean, if you're seeing this footage, you know that I did not lose my phone, because otherwise I would have lost all the footage too. But you don't know, maybe I lost all my money, right? And they let me keep my phone. So yeah, those people looked unhappy on the tour, but I'm not real happy either, because I'm kind of stressed coming out of here. It's just such a crime of opportunity. They know I'm coming back through. They know. Single white traveler. Well, nothing but left to do but go forward. At least it's not a difficult walk back. Once I get to the downhill, be a bit more, but not too bad. Well, I think I should be getting a shot of the volcano Santa Maria right now. The clouds from the other side have been blowing into it, blowing around it, and yeah, so I don't think I care to go and do that. Plus, I feel like I pushed enough for one day. It's also past noon, so I mean, if I did that, I'd be stretching into the afternoon, and aside from the fact that there'd be no view up there, there would be a threat of weather. So yeah, if I get off this trail and back to the relative safety of things, that's enough for me, I think, for one day. This doesn't look that bad, you know. It's only noon. And now I'm thinking about it, going and climbing that. Still have to get back here to get to the trail to it, but yeah. That's the way back. This is the way up Santa Maria. I didn't see what I wanted to see at the viewpoint. I've been intimidated by the Mayans. Screw it, I'm pushing forward. I want to accomplish something cool. Let's do this. It's only noon. See if I can do this. All right. Time is against me. I'm at maybe 9,000 feet. I gotta go up to about 12,500, so I gotta keep a pretty good pace. But I don't want to be stretching into the afternoon, right? All right. Working hard now. Up, 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 up. Go. Whew. Make sure that tomorrow I don't feel like doing any hiking. All right, 9,700 feet. I like having all trails. You can see the elevation, but I'm also down to 28% of my phone already. So yeah, there's that. That's what I'm talking about. An actual park. I've already felt a little safer on this park, you know? Okay. Fortunately, this is a rest area, clearly, and there's a bunch of garbage. Oh, Lord. Also, this is not looking good. All right, look at all this. See what happens when I get higher. I won't quit yet. That's a lot of wood. Those guys were kind of nice. He was telling me, oh, the Mirador's over there, or you're on the wrong trail. It took me a minute to tell him that I'd already did the Mirador. But you know, on this trail, I'm already, like, I ran into a group of 6 or 7 who were smiley and kind of laughing with me a little bit. And yeah, they're not all dicks. It's on the other trail where a lot of tours go, where they're just looking at you, you know, scum with no tour. This trail's better so far. Okay, I went the wrong way. This is starting to go down here. Boy, you gotta pay attention. It's up here someplace. Up that way. Not through this kind of meadow. It's a very nice inviting trail, but 'tis not it. Okay, I came from down here, went up to the sign, and then I kept going straight. Wrong. Up here, and there's even some red marks. Okay. Okay, I just heard a big fat rumble. And it's starting to rain. I think I should not push it any further. I have like 2,500 feet left, like up. And I just heard rumble. I mean, it's not a smart thing to go, right? Not a smart idea. But this is kind of cool, right? All right, time to call her quits. I don't have rain gear out here in Guatemala. I bought an umbrella. It means your pants and stuff still get wet, but not a big deal. It's still warm even when it rains, right? If I really need to, I can put on my light jacket and my jeans. I just have to get back to civilization, right? So it's not like I'm in the middle of nowhere and need a bunch of waterproofing. I will be at a heat source tonight. Well, as soon as I walked 5 minutes back down, the rain petered away. I haven't heard another rumble. Decision is made though, heading back. And you know, pretty decent day. I accomplished quite a bit. I mean, yeah, okay, you know, they can't all be total winners, but yeah, I experienced some new stuff. There's no question about that. Well, I'm almost back to the normal trail. And I gotta head down amongst a lot of farmers. I'm not looking forward to that. If I do get robbed, that's probably where it's gonna happen. But yeah, I do feel better about that. You know, you just walk it off. Sitting there at that spot, I could have sat there 2 hours, right? Waited to see if the clouds would clear, which most likely they wouldn't have. But the longer I sat there, the more uneasy I got. You know, just walk it off, and just helps so much, right? So yeah, now I feel like I'm past it a little bit. So hopefully this goes well, and I can you know, put a bow tie on this guy. Oh, now there certainly is thunder. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I certainly don't mind my decision to turn back. All right, here's the volcano I was trying to climb. You can just see the left ridge right there. Down here is thundering a lot. I heard one out of there. What can you do, you know? On this day, I gave it my all. Not all successes. I did everything I could, except that I didn't come here during dry season. That's pretty much my only mistake. Oh well. Made it off the trail, but there are no cars available from Uber, so not out of the woods yet. I'm still in the middle of nowhere, Guatemala. And not a great place for a tourist to hang out. As long as I keep moving, I feel okay. If you just sit there, then they start looking at you and thinking. This is how I walk around everywhere, right? Just keep going, keep moving. You're in and out of the sight line in less than a minute. Good Guatemalan church, they like using that shade of yellow. All right, walk down here far enough, I should be able to find some Uber drivers. There's the chicken bus, so if he goes back down here, I should be able to do it. Well, I've been walking a while. I tried again to find an Uber driver. They just don't hang around out here, right? So, something to keep in mind, and I haven't seen a taxi either. And I've seen one chicken bus going back the opposite direction. So yeah, be prepared to walk a ways back to Centro. Well, I certainly wasn't done when I got off the trail. Well, you know, get back eventually. It's like 7 kilometers on the trail to Centro, so if I can do that, it's just gonna take a while. Okay, that chicken bus brought me downtown, sort of. I'm 1.2 kilometers away. More importantly, I'm around people. And I feel way safer in the middle of a crowded area than I do out in the middle of no place. So, yeah. Sprinkling on me a bit and still thundering, but you know what? I never did get like hammered with rain. Once it did start raining, it was like 2 minutes later that chicken bus showed up and cut probably like 4 kilometers off my walking. So, can't complain, man. Can't complain at all. Cool. I've seen about 9 million cool buildings in my travels, but, well, never really gets old, right? All right, a few more blocks. Well, I'm almost safely home. I'm not gonna be able to say anything then. So, get out there and hike. Guatemala, Mexico, Canada, Paris, Spain. I think it's like my 7th country I've done a video from, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of proud of that. Hopefully more to come. All right, later, man. Get out there.